Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the tent. Welcome to a place I have been before, but it's been quite some time. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve. I'm joined over there by Cameron, and this is OnSafari. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday so far. It hasn't been too warm here in Djuma this afternoon, which has been quite nice because I do have some lights on my face and we're in a tent in the heat of the day. So thankfully, it's not so bad. But we are on safari where we're going to catch up on some highlights over the last 24 hours. Now, I was only here for 50% of that. So clearly, most of the highlights we're going to see were not going to involve me, but that's okay. Kerry was here, we had Eric and we had James, and then some highlights from this morning. So, Cam, you ready? Should we jump into our first one? The first one is a little bit comical, actually, because it's James himself giving us a little bit of education about some birds, which is always nice. I love hearing education from James. So, we're going to play the first clip, starting off now.
What you're looking at there, as Panda zooms in with the slowness of frozen treacle, is a Burchell's starling, or two Burchell's starlings. And the Burchell's starling is a bird, which you can see, I'm sure. And you want to know about its habitats and its habits? Well, it lives in a tree hole. And so there will be a hole somewhere in that dead tree in which it's sitting there, and they will go into that and lay eggs and raise their chicks there. I think the other thing that is quite interesting, and certainly, I was particularly thick and dim-witted 6-year-old, but I've realized that in later life, you guys might know this already, but birds don't live in nests. So they don't have nests unless they've got chicks. Unless they've got eggs and little birds, they don't live in nests. Though I suspect these two probably do, and that's why they're sitting close by to a hole in this tree. But they don't actually live in nests most of the time, which I think is quite interesting.
So, what I find fascinating, or the funniest about that clip, is James's comment of being a dim-witted 6-year-old. Indeed, the term cavity nester is where starlings fall into. Many of the other bird species we call them nesters. So nesting is all about where you have your babies. When we talk about roosting is where they spend the evening as an adult. So definitely the starlings and many other species this time of year would be breeding in those tree cavities, but not necessarily themselves sleeping inside there. I think there'd be an enormous amount of more cavities required if all the adults needed to sleep inside those holes as well. But thanks, James, for your little bit of education of how you didn't understand all of this as a 6-year-old, but I think we're always learning, aren't we? Annika, a very cute bird sighting. Well, the Burchell starlings are probably one of the most common birds we find around here. We do see them very regularly. They are quite loud, quite vocal in most of the periods of the daytime. And yeah, it's a good time of year for breeding birds, but the starlings are a common resident. Okay, so moving on, we got another clip. Okay, so we're going to just push play here on the second clip. And I think this is James again. Obviously, he was here yesterday afternoon.
Oh, that's very cute. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Look at how he's holding the little one's face. That is very cute. Oh no, Violet, that's a really good question. Are they awake at night or do they sleep? No, they sleep. They go into a hole in a tree and they'll go to sleep and hope that nothing finds them. Because they're a tasty snack for various things like snakes, some birds of prey, and that sort of thing. So being in a hole during the night is a good way of staying alive.
We do spend time with squirrels, and I've had some phenomenal sightings of them in the early morning doing their grooming. And that was very, very special to see a family of squirrels going through the motions like that. It really can be entertaining. And you saw how that little one was getting underneath mum and right underneath the chest and the nibbling on the tail and the body. A proper grooming that happens. And yeah, squirrels in the early morning in winter, we'll see a lot more of that as they sunbathe in the morning. But now in summertime, obviously not looking for the sunshine. It's still quite warm. Darkman Lover, it's wonderful being in the tent. So it's nice to have all of you on the other side of the camera. It's a nice little different sort of way we do things. But there's another comment coming. Earth sign, quite a fairy tale story. I think I didn't hear you clearly there. But the tree squirrel, like the cavity nesting birch or starling, the squirrels actually physically need to live in the tree. They need the hole to not only breed but to sleep and to roost in. So whether the birch or starlings live inside of holes themselves, I don't think so, but the squirrels most certainly do. And as James said, to keep themselves from being snacked upon by so many nocturnal predators, from owls to genets, leopards. We know leopards are very good at catching squirrels, and even mongooses in the evening. So it is definitely getting nice and warm. I think we might try and open up the windows to get a little bit more air moving through here.
Out in the wild, life moves fast. To capture the action, you've got to be in the right spot at the wrong time. Now, incredible animal behavior, selected from amazing amateur and professional footage, to reveal the secret lives of animals in motion. This is raw nature, caught in the act.
Well, many of you are still with us and actually quite excited this afternoon. I'm going to jump around again. Sorry, Cam. But I got given a new pair of binoculars. Yay! New pair of binoculars. I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much. I'm just going to add my bino bra, and once again we're going to see me with my natural binos around the neck, because my other binoculars have the wheel, you see here, is turning quite nicely, completely jammed. We tried to fix it here in the field without sending it to a professional. Yeah, it's, I don't think they're going to be coming back. They're going to be coming back. Paul, you're wishing us all the best for our safari. Well, we are actually going to be going on safari in about 19 minutes. James is already out there getting ready for the afternoon. We'll be finding out from him, I'm sure, in the next little while what his plans are going to be. No doubt Eric and Morgan down at Amakala are also prepped and ready to leave for the afternoon. And we'll be going to Eric straight after this. So just hold with us for a few moments. Hello everybody, welcome back live here to Djuma Private Game Reserve. We are obviously here in the tent getting ready for the afternoon, but Eric down in Amakala with Morgan, they're getting ready. Should we go check on what their plans are for today?
Hello everybody, and welcome to OnSafari here at Amakala Private Game Reserve in the Eastern Cape. It is a little bit windy this afternoon, but we are nonetheless ready for our drive. I had a plan this afternoon that obviously I wanted to go and find those elephants. I did try this yesterday and it didn't pay out. They were evading us, so hopefully today we can get lucky. And then a quick follow up on those lions that we saw this morning, maybe the male lion. That would be quite nice, I think. But we're gonna wait for it to get a little bit cooler. It is very warm at the moment and there are no clouds, so it's going to be warm until probably about 5 o'clock. So until then we're going to push through to the eastern side of the reserve where we can hopefully find our elephants. I've just finished my vehicle check, so everything is in order. So the vehicle is in good condition, full. So we are waiting for our afternoon drive to start.
Time this morning with lions as well as the three amigos. So we had incredible elephant activity this morning. Elephants were pretty much raining elephants this morning, wasn't it, Cam? With elephants coming out of our ears. Well, not really, but we could have been. Okay, so talking about elephants, Kerry was just with us. She left this morning. She had a wonderful interaction with I don't know if you can hear the gunshot behind there. Cam, how are you doing with the marula fruit falling on the roof? You're right.
Yeah, good.
So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there's a really big marula tree that's in our camp, and there's a corrugated iron roof underneath it. And this time of year, the largest marulas you find in the Sabi Sands fall from that tree. There's another one, and they sound like a gunshot. I live down there. Other guys live up here. It takes some time to get used to it. Apparently Cam's already used it, but I think you use earplugs, yeah?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
where I live, I've also got a corrugated.
Ah, you're used to it.
It's drying
You've been conditioned to it, Cam. You've been conditioned to it. Okay, well, it is Maruda season, and as Kerry would find out, she spent some time with a really big male elephant.
This is a lovely elephant. He's a very big, beautiful bull, isn't he? And then the other elephants, I mean, all elephants are lovely and they all are special, but he's definitely got a nice set of tusks on him. It's quite nice to see elephants that have tusks of the same length, because often what will happen with some elephants is they'll break one tusk, while battling it out with another elephant, or while kind of trying to remove the bark off a tree. And then you end up, when the tusks do grow out, you might not be able to notice it, but you'll definitely see one tusk is shorter than the other. Notice his tail as well. He doesn't have much hair on that tail of his. I'm just going to be aware of this boy. Easy boy. Hey. Hey. Easy. Here we go. Go eat your marullas. You can see he's actually dripping there from his penal sheath. So do just be very cautious of him. And again, he just wants us to know that he is king of the jungle, but that this is his turf. And that he is a lot bigger than us, which he definitely is, I must say. He got quite close there, Cam. Oof, you can smell him. You can almost like taste that smell of must.
The end of that clip there where Kerry says you can smell him and you can kind of taste him. It's like an oily. I love the smell of must. Cam, you on the vehicle with Kerry? He didn't look like he came too close, eh?
No, there was another part where after that we came a bit closer.
You could definitely hear the change in Kerry's voice towards the end of that clip as he came closer. And I know that bull. I know that bull quite well, and we've spent some time. And Kobe, you want to know if elephant bulls are ever as aggressive as elephant bulls? It must. Now, the thing is, Kobe, is it's not about aggression. They're going through a heightened state of testosterone, just masculinity, and you're in the way. You shouldn't be in the way, and they want to show you. I mean, he didn't do anything there. He was here, and then he sort of walked, and that subtle movement of him walking towards Kerry would make another elephant move away, would make another elephant turn. He didn't show any aggression. He just showed, I'm going to walk here, and you should turn your shoulder. And obviously the vehicle's not going to turn its shoulder, but that's the subtlest of things in an elephant. And big dominant males, Kerry said you could smell him, you could taste him. Any other elephant nearby would stay away from him. They wouldn't be too close, because he would be just the biggest and most dominant guy in the area. So just a look from him is enough to turn other elephants away. I didn't actually hear what came through there, Cam, if you did. It wasn't very clear. But really nice to spend time. I had a lot of interactions with that individual. Okay, I'm not quite getting who that's from, but thank goodness that Mother Nature that instinct is alive in nature. Okay, so I've spent some wonderful time with that elephant bull, and I hope to spend a lot more.
Wild Earth Travel, in association with Wandering Through, is offering some exclusive, privately guided safaris in 2024. James is taking a trip into the famed woodlands of the mysterious White Lion, Ngala Private Game Reserve, in July. Steve and Cedric will lead a safari to Chitwa Chitwa in November. To book, email travel@wildearth.tv or go to the website for more information. We are looking forward to seeing you on safari.
So just admiring some skulls on the shelf here, everybody, and getting a bit thirsty. A little coffee. Michelle, you want to know what did I miss about being in Djuma? I mean, being in the bush is wonderful for me. I love being out in nature. I love going out and tracking, finding tracks and spending time figuring out where these animals have gotten to. That for me is very special. When I go down to the garden route and I find myself on the beach, I go a little bit crazy because there's a lot of tracks, but it's people and dogs generally, and they're not really difficult to track, but I see the tracks everywhere in the mind. It's taken me years. I think the first time when I started working up in the wild places and I went down to the beach, my mind couldn't quite cope with the amount of tracks that I found on the beach. So I think I've managed to calm that element of myself, but I still do lots of walks down there, and I still do look for tracks, and I still do look for lots and lots of signs. But I love being out here in the unexpected. We're always on the edge of our seat for what could be around the corner. And that is what I missed about being up here. Finding a leopard or two, who knows? This afternoon could provide us with all sorts of magic, Cam, don't you think? Welcome back live, everybody. We are still here in the tent. Sorry, Cam, did you hear that? Okay, we are still here in the tent, but James has been getting ready, doing checks. He's just over there. Should we go check in with him and see what his plans are for the afternoon?
I am indeed just over there. But I am currently trying to set up a dash cam scenario. As you can see here, we have got this camera, and we are trying to set up a different angle for the driving shot. There we go. And so for the course of this afternoon, we'll be attempting to create a different sort of a scene, which I'll attempt to show you right now. There it is. Look at that. Hello. Say hello, Panda.
Hello.
Yes. And we'll see how that works. Fantastic. Animal-wise, yeah, probably just water holes, I think. And we'll see what else we can find. Thank you so much, and goodbye. And why was I looking at that camera? What a moron.
What did you say after this?
It's always nice to see our fellow naturalists out on drive. But everybody, our time is running out, so let's quickly jump into the next clip. And I do believe that this is Eric down in Amakhala.
I'm very excited. Have a look. See, it is a chubby unicorn, also known as the rhinoceros. Now, this is the white rhino. You can see by its wide lips. And given its name, white rhino, by the Dutch, it, in obviously Dutch, wide roughly translates to weit. So it would have been known as the Weitmond rhinoster. And weit does sound a little bit like white, and it was kind of lost in translation. So that's how it got the name white rhino. But its official name is really the square-lipped or the wide-lipped rhino, wide-mouthed. Now, these guys are the largest lawnmower in the world, and they only eat grass. Look at that large body. How do you think that large body can only survive on just the grass?
The largest lawnmower in the world. Well, they are so important. Their removal from the landscape, their numbers being decimated, and how they feed with their large mouths, mowing the lawn landscape that they create, and how that's going to impact on many of our other herbivores is only now being studied. So indeed, the chubby unicorn. I do love that statement. Really funny. Yes, indeed. Earth Find, you love the way he says chubby unicorn. I do enjoy Eric. He's quite a character. I spent a little bit of time with him down that side, so it's nice to have him on the show. And we are running out of time, so let's quickly go once again to Eric, who I think also spent some time with the Three Amigos.
Look at those eyes, piercing. I'd say, and I've said this a couple of times, you put a mane on this female and she'll easily pull off a male lion, no problem. She is that big. So she's sitting in the grass. The rest of her family, we believe, has moved on. We've found their footprints and she's sort of just relaxing here in the sun. It's possible they may have had a nice midnight snack, well, maybe not a midnight snack, more of a midnight meal last night, and she's just trying to busy digest it. Oh, a little yawn.
I'm going to try and fast forward a bit. Eric did spend a bit of time with Three Amigos as well, but I would like to play just my last clip there, which was quite special this morning. Just one more, and then we'll take a few more comments before the end of the show, because we had a really nice time with some white china this morning ourselves. So let's just quickly go and have a look. See, the nostrils are affecting the ripples in the water there. Now this one's having a drink. Deep breaths. In breath and out breath. Can give us some education on just learning how to take it easy, spend time in the moment, rest when you need to rest, breathe constantly, have a drink in the moment. Nothing is that urgent. That's a first for me, Cam, seeing the nostrils of a rhino doing that. Paul, well, the largest mammals in the world feed on vegetation. The blue whale feeds on phytoplankton. The gorilla, the largest ape, feeds on plants. The elephant, the rhino, the hippo. There's a lot of protein, and they just need to eat a lot of it. So the largest and strongest animals in the world are all vegetarian. That's something nice to punt to those big bodybuilders who say, I need to eat my meat. It's not necessarily the case. But it has been wonderful this afternoon to be in the tent for the first time. Cam, have you enjoyed it this afternoon? It hasn't been so hot. It's been nice. We missed one clip, was the Three Amigos that Eric had this morning. But we do really appreciate having you with us this afternoon. Thank you for your questions and comments. Cam and I are going to be jumping on the vehicle now to go see what we can find. Who knows what it could be? So please do continue to enjoy the afternoon safari with us. We'll be going live shortly. Again, thank you for your questions and comments, and we will see you on safari again tomorrow. But for us now, see you on drive in a few minutes. Until then, good afternoon.
Program features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.